Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you with another video. All right, man. Boy, Gilbert Arenas got himself in some trouble, man. If it ain't one thing, it's another with this guy's situation. First, it was his son and the accident in the Tesla truck. Then that same son last week tore his ACL. And I suspect he's supposed to be drafted next year. So that really messed up his draft stock. Very unfortunate because this is a first round pick for certain. Now Gilbert's in significantly more trouble than that. And it wasn't even 24 hours ago when I was listening to him talking about his son and how his son is doing too much. He was saying, my son just do too much, he don't allow himself to recover. And in my head I was thinking, he get it from somewhere, not knowing what was on the horizon. Then Gilbert Arenas got arrested, from what I understand, on 3 different federal counts, which hold 5 years apiece. I guess what's been alleged in that he was, along with 5 other Israeli co-defendants of all things, were essentially running a underground gambling ring out of his mansion. Between the years of like 2000, I think they said something like 2001 and 02 or something. It wasn't recent, unfortunately, or however you look at that, but this, from what I understand, had ceased well before October 7th, for those who've been following what's going on with Israel. He wasn't exactly doing business with them during the genocide. Or whatever, however this goes. But, yeah, man, this is like craziness. Because it's been alleged that he was stating false statements to the feds. I don't know when these statements were allegedly provided or what they were, obviously, but that right there holds 5 years by itself. And so they were doing high stakes stuff, man. Now I read we had 5 co-defendants, but I think I read 7 names that had been arrested. So it might have been something else going on. I heard the word on one of the videos I watched. I heard the word trafficking. I guess they had women there for companionship. They worded it very carefully. Not to say anything about prostitution or anything weird, but companionship was provided to some of the people. Gilbert, bro, he had a lot on the line with this big time situation going on with his son getting ready to be drafted. Obviously, the Gilbert Arenas podcast is booming out of control. This is bad on so many multiple fronts. Not only because of just what's on the forefront of it, but because of who these people are that he's affiliated with and what their country is doing right now and what's being revealed about their country right now. Now, in some ways, you might wonder if it actually works out in his favor. For that reason, because they are Israeli. But then again, if you know what I'm learning, if you know what I know, they may just offer him up to slaughter and free the Israelis. It's a very good chance that he's in an arena, no pun intended, where that is what he can expect. Obviously, somebody snitched. So that is crazy, man. I don't know. I think, usually when the feds get you, they got you dead to rights. Now, this Puffy thing got us wondering if that's going to continue to be the mystique about the feds. But, it's a lot going on with Gilbert Arenas, man. Too much going on. Too much surrounding this man's name in a short amount of time. And now it is. And I tell y'all, man, sports gambling, or gambling in general, however you want to word it, y'all gotta learn, man. Y'all gonna learn, bro. Because there's too many loopholes as to where certain things are legal and certain things aren't in the same arena. Once again, no pun intended. On one hand, it's almost like the marijuana situation. On one hand, they want to make it illegal, but they don't. In certain states, it's being corporate financed or whatever the word would be. But you also want to arrest people on the street for it. It's tricky as hell, and gambling is kind of the same way. They allow gambling over here, but not over there. You let the corporations do it so long as it's regulated, but then you don't let the people on the bottom do it. It's one of them situations where you could very well be getting arrested for something 10 years from now that you don't even have to worry about getting arrested for it. That could be what's going on here. But the thing is, it's just like with marijuana. They got people in jail for old marijuana offenses that have since been legalized. Gambling is one of them things where it's either you're going to let everybody do it or let nobody do it, man. Otherwise, none of this is going to make any sense, America. I keep telling y'all, bro. When it comes to this gambling, especially when it comes to sports gambling, either you're going to let everybody do it or it should be nobody doing it. Because once you start getting into these circumstances, then it starts becoming a real tricky and gray area type situation that looks like it could be manipulatable. Now, me personally, that's how I feel about it. If nobody can do it, then it's fair. If everybody can do it, then it's fair. And whatever tumble forward to that, it just tumbles forward. I think the likelihood that you have more integrity involved in people's actions comes from allowing them to do things. I really do. I don't mean you legalize everything, but the more legal something is, the less likely people are going to do weird stuff to get it done. And vice versa, of course. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But he's in their custody. They said he lied. They said he in cahoots. They're labeling him a potential or alleged, I don't know how they want to word it, Israeli crime lord or something they trying to call him. Lord, you don't need that attached to your name when your son trying to get drafted, fam. Jesus Christ. What came to mind for me, like, you're really hurting your kid here, man. If you want to do dumb stuff, do dumb stuff, but don't have your kid out here trying to make a name for himself, and then you get caught up for all that dumb stuff you want to do. Now people are looking at him like he's from a crime family. Like, what kind of nonsense is this young fella gonna have to walk into the league with? He's already dealing with the knee injury. Now he has to deal with dad. Oh man, this is bad, man. This is bad. So, yeah, alleged Israeli crime figure, NBA All-Star Gilbert Arenas. Ain't that something? The last thing you want to be is that. That's the last thing you want to be. So, yeah, man, that's the update. I don't really have much else to say about that. It didn't sound like they were doing any harmful crimes or any child stuff and nothing. It didn't sound like anything like that was attached to any of these allegations. So all things remaining equal, it's just money crimes, bro. Money crimes. And when it comes to money crimes, in my humble opinion, again, gray area. Some people getting away with money crimes at the top. They want to have those same people arrested for money crimes, of the same nature. They want to have different people arrested for the same money crimes at the bottom. And if we're going to hold everybody accountable, then it's fair. If we're only holding certain people accountable, then I have to question what we're actually doing. And that's kind of how I feel about all the money crimes and embezzlement crimes and all that. You know, it's so many different things that are just obvious, and yet we just turn a blind eye to it because of who did what and how long ago it's been. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not arresting people for stuff. Money that has been long used in illegal activity is floating around right now, being exchanged amongst hands because it was passed down through families. Nobody was arrested. Nobody had to pay anything back or to anybody. So if we're really going to get people for money crimes, why are we not looking at the people who stole the most money and did the most crime, who've made themselves the richest 1%ers in the world? Why? Because double standards are agreed upon but not spoken about. That's why. And for me, I just look around at what's going on in modern times, and I don't really have much of patience for that. I really don't. If you're going to do money crimes at the top, you're asking to be arrested just like a guy on the street. But that trickles down to hurting too many different things. When you get, the further to the top you get, the more people get affected. The more good money gets removed if they try to hold accountable for what the bad money's about. And that's by design. It's organized crime. So, that's pretty much my take on this whole Gilbert Arenas thing. They're going to let people above him get away with the same thing that he just got arrested for. And they're going to act like there's nothing wrong with that. And there's a lot wrong with that, pretty much. So that's pretty much what I have to say. My name is BDL44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.